right. Hello and welcome to Dear Esther, Landmark Edition. I don't know, I've been in a very landscaping mood. Although, yeah. East Shade didn't quite work out. Maybe they'll work the kinks out in that game. Who knows? It's it's what it is. Anyways, let me get my chat going. I swear. Before I started this, I went into my Twitch to, start broadcasting. And of course, when I get in there, they have videos, when you're starting off, and it has a video when you start, and it'll just, pop it up there on your big screen, Freaking two giant boobs staring at me. Like I need to know. Lord have mercy. Well, that's pretty, at least. Got to turn the music down, definitely. Master volume. Speaker configuration. Closed options. Large caption. Well, master volume. Well, what? I want... Oh, for Christ's sakes. Okay. All right. Let's start this, shall we? You could turn on director's commentary. Isn't my commentary enough? Ignore me, please. Anyways. Alright, well then. I believe this is a story-driven game, and somebody reads off a letter from, or to, Dear Esther.
Dear Esther, I sometimes feel as if I've given birth to this island. Somewhere between the longitude and latitude, a split opened up, and it beached remotely here. No matter how hard I correlate, it remains a singularity, an alpha point in my life that refuses all hypothesis. I return each time leaving fresh markers that I hope, in the full glare of my hopelessness, will have blossomed into fresh insight in the interim.
Oh, this place hasn't seen daylight in years. Okay, I'm sorry, but does the moaning have to happen? Like, seriously. Can we not? Ooh, what's that? Is it a recipe book? Not totally sure. I'm guessing I can't open the door. The hell? Someone doing science in this room? It's creepy. Okie dokie then. All the buttons literally zoom in. Okay. Alright, that's cool. Hashtag no more glitches. Let's hope. Let's hope. Okay. Anyways, sorry, I was reading my Discord. Nobody wants to see that. Oh, look. More science. Okay, let's continue on. Oh, there's two paths to take. What's over here? That's right. All buttons, zoom in. It's gonna be one of those. There you go. I will say, visually, this game is nice. It is visually pleasing to the eye. I think literally you are just checking out the island. I don't know when he starts reading, to be honest. So yeah. Must be a brisk day. Garbage on the beach. You know, we're being realistic here. It is very pleasing to the eye. I mean, you know, you can't knock it, can you? Although I do wish I could run. Alas, I cannot.
Those islands in the distance, I am sure, are nothing more than relics of another time, sleeping giants, somnambulist gods laid down for a final dreaming. I wash the sand from my lips and grip my wrist ever more tightly. My shaking arms will not support my fading diaries.
Okay, so he just does randomly. Gotcha. So what, does this like take me around the whole... Oh, what is... Is there some ritual shit going on this island that I need to be aware of?
Dear Esther, I found myself to be as featureless as this ocean, as shallow and unoccupied as this bay, a listless wreck without identification. My rocks are these bones, and a careful fence to keep the precipice at bay. Shot through me caves, my forehead a mount. This aerial will transmit into me so. All overexposed, the nervous system, where Donnelly's boots and yours and mine still trample. I will carry a torch for you. I will leave it at the foot of my headstone. You will need it for the tunnels that carry me under.
Okay, so we are definitely going for depression. Alright. At least I know where this is going. Oy. Well, let's go up, shall we? Check out the island. Actually bought this game. It was on sale. It looked pleasing. It looked appeasing. Pleasing? Pleasing. Sorry, don't mind me. Oh, barbed wire. Hello. Okay.
The mount is clearly the focal point of this landscape. It almost appears so well placed as to be artificial. I find myself easily slipping into the delusional state of ascribing purpose, deliberate motive to everything here. Was this island formed during the moment of impact? When we were torn loose from our moorings and the seatbelts cut motorway lanes into our chests and shoulders, did it first break?
Oh, he's really getting deep, isn't he?
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boats, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this: to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
That's actually an interesting thing to know. I...
I quote directly: a motley lot with little to recommend them. I have now spent 3 days in their company. That is, I fear, enough for any man not born amongst them. Despite their tedious inclination to quote scripture, they seem to me the most godforsaken of all the inhabitants of the Outer Isles. Indeed, in this case, the very gravity of that term, forsaken by God, seems to find its very apex. It appears to me that Donnelly, too, found those who wander this shoreline to be adrift from any chance of redemption. Did he include himself in that, I wonder?
I think the bigger question here is where's the trail taking me? Ooh, is that a cave?
Dear Esther, I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life. I find myself increasingly unable to find that point where the hermit ends and Paul and I begin. We are woven into a sodden blanket, stuffed into the bottom of a boat to stop the leak and hold back the ocean. My neck aches from staring up at the aerial. It mirrors the dull throb in my gut where I am sure I've begun to form another stone. In my dreams, it forms into a perfect representation of Lot's wife, head over her shoulder, staring along the motorway at the approaching traffic in a vacuum of fatalistic calm.
Okay, well that was weird. Just the sound of the wind is giving me chills. I'm all cold now.
He still maintains he wasn't drunk, but tired. I can't make the judgment or the distinction anymore. I was drunk when I landed here, and tired too. I walked up the cliff path in near darkness and camped in the bay where the trawler lies beached. It was only at dawn that I saw the bothy and decided to make my temporary lodgings there. I was expecting just the aerial and a transmitter stashed in a weatherproof box somewhere on the mount. It had an air of uneasy permanence to it. Like all the other buildings here, erosion seems to have evaded it completely.
Chemistry. I think somebody's lost their mind on this island. I come across someone on Mortal Kombat, sometimes named Esther.
Dear
That's
Esther,
funny.
I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services. But although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
Oh, my night's going good. Even though you kicked my ass at Pokemon. Anywho. This is turning out to be a little interesting. But I can't pick anything up and read it. Like, every single button I hit, it's to zoom in. Alright, let's see if we can... Look at these. Oh, God knows how long they've been here. Can I, like, climb stuff? No. There's a light out there. I can't get on the boats to look at them. I feel like I might be a detective searching for clues. you know?
I had kidney stones and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
I lost the first match, but I redeemed myself. Yeah, you redeemed yourself. Yeah,
Is this
you did.
what Paul saw through his windscreen? Not Lot's wife looking over her shoulder, but a scar in the hillside, falling away to black forever.
Okay, well. Black hole. Alrighty then. Oof. That just made me dizzy. Oh. What do we have here in the distance? I mean, I will say, again, this game has some pleasing aesthetics. I mean, this one looks just as beautiful. Just, you know, fucking glitches.
I've begun my ascent on the windless slope of the western side. The setting sun was an inflamed eye squeezing shut against the light shone in by the doctors. My neck is aching through constantly craning my head up to track the light of the aerial. I must look downwards, follow the path under the island to a new beginning.
As long as this one has an ending. You know? Better have an ending.
The bothy was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife, and Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him, either.
I will say, a little at a time he reads, and a little more at a time this gets even more depressing.
3 cormorants seen at dusk. They did not land. His house built of stone, built by a long-dead shepherd. Contents: my camp bed, a stove, a table, chairs, my clothes, my books. The caves that score out the belly of this island, leaving it famished. My limbs and belly famished. This skin, these organs, this failing eyesight. When the battery runs out in my torch, I will descend into the caves and follow only the phosphorescence home.
These marks are all over. No idea what they are. Yeah, things sucks ass. let's at least have an ending to this, and maybe possibly have an answer to these weird, oddly painted things that are fluorescent. Weird. In all honesty, I'm just following the trails. That's all I'm doing. Just... Wait a minute. Where is this trail leading? Again, beautiful landscape. Do like it.
He left his body to the
Please
medical
don't fall.
school and was duly opened out for a crowd of students 21 days after his passing. The report is included in my edition of his book. The syphilis had torn through his guts like a drunk driver, scrambling his organs like eggs on a plate. But enough
that's
definition
nice.
remained for a cursory examination, and, as I suspected, they found clear evidence of kidney stones. He's likely to have spent the last years of his life in considerable pain. Perhaps this is the root of his laudanum habit. Although its use makes him an unreliable witness, I find myself increasingly drawn into his orbit.
Wow, that was some information there. That's, that was some, that... I don't know what to say. Oh, yeah. Not creepy at all. I turned the AC off and I'm still getting goosebumps. It's like this wind in the game is making me cold. Can we turn the music off? Like, I can't. Is this glitched or is it supposed to sound like that? God help me. Is this glitched or is that sound, is music, okay, music's gone now. For the love of fuck, is it trying to spook me? I thought we were gonna play, I thought it was gonna be a nice game. Now it just keeps spooking me at every turn. Okay, I'm supposed to be alone on this island. Who lit the candle? Seriously. Okay, I have a feeling this game is not going to be what I thought it was. This is not what I... Shit. This is... Oh, this is not what I thought it was. Crap. Oh no. I don't know if I like that. Oh, fuck. Okay. Okay.
From here, this last time, I have understood there is no turning back. The torch is failing along with my resolve. And hear the singing of the sea creatures from the passages above me, and they are promising the return of the gulls.
I mean, don't get me wrong. This is... See, candle. Another candle. Another candle. This is beautiful, though. I mean, oh, damn it, there's a bug in here. Oh, can you hear the cicadas now? God. There has to be an option for the fucking music. Nope, just master volume. Such bullshit. Okay. Alright, we're good, we're good! We're good! We're good. We're not good. I am walking through cicadas. What'd they do? Just record a bunch of cicada bugs and say, here, this is creepy, let's play this. Multiple ways around the
They'd
cave,
stop
huh?
the traffic back as far as the Sandford Junction and come up the hard shoulder like radio signals from another star. It took 21 minutes for them to arrive. I watched Paul time it to the second on his watch.
Somebody's painting all over these caves. Look at this. This way, I guess. I mean, this is gorgeous and everything, but, I'm going deeper into the cave. This said nothing about cave dwelling. Or swimming. Apparently I sink if I don't move. I mean, this is beautiful. I mean, wow. This is actually gorgeous. Oh, I love the colors they did. You know what this reminds me of? The Descent. As long as no blind people come at me, you know, we're good. Yeah, let's hope The Descent doesn't make a video game. That'd be nice. Oh. We fell down there just to get over here. Okay. Let's not slip. More candles. I will say that the rendering is amazing. Not very often you get such beautiful scenery in video games. Fable 4 have amazing sceneries like the rest of them. Scythe, that's his name, Scythe. They're gonna tell the story of Scythe in Fable 4, which is gonna be freaking amazing. Huh. Those are interesting little mushrooms. Weird. Yeah, the descent was good. Part 2, I think, was unnecessary. But still good.
If the caves are my guts, this must be the place where the stones are first formed. The bacteria phosphoresce and rise, singing through the tunnels. Everything here is bound by the rise and fall, like a tide. Perhaps the whole island is actually underwater.
I wish the music wasn't so loud so I could hear the ambiance. And personally, I'm loving the cave sounds. I can't hear them very well because of the music. Oh, hello. I'm kind of curious. I don't want to go out just yet. Look at these.
This cannot be the shaft they threw the goats into. It cannot be the landfill where the parts of your life that would not burn ended up. It cannot be the chimney that delivered you to the skies. It cannot be the place where you rained back down again to fertilize the soil and make small flowers in the rocks.
No way. Oh, that's creepy. That's oh. Somebody has lost their mind on this island. Oh my gosh. Away from Kin City? Can't read that one. As long as I don't hear any scurrying away, I'm good. Oh, the fluff of... Shit. More no, 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 no! I actually didn't mean to do that one. I just was trying to look down. What the hell? Hold on. Okay. That just happened. I got an achievement for finishing the caves, apparently. Okay. Yet I'm still in the caves. Oh. Okay. No, this isn't weird at all.
I wish I could have known Donnelly in this place. We would have had so much to debate. Did he paint these stones or did I? Who left the pots in the hut by the jetty? Who formed the museum under the sea? Who fell silently to his death into the frozen waters? Who erected this godforsaken aerial in the first place? Did this whole island rise to the surface of my stomach, forcing the gulls to take flight?
Luminous paint. like the candles are leading you somewhere. I mean, literally.
Of fire and soil, I chose fire. It seemed the more contemporary of the options, the more sanitary. I could not bear the thought of the reassembly of such a ruin. Stitching arm to shoulder
Am
and
I
femur to hip,
dead?
charting a line of thread like traffic stilled on a motorway, making it all acceptable for tearful aunts and traumatized uncles flown in specially for the occasion. Reduce to ash, mix with water, make a phosphorescent paint for these rocks and ceilings.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say I'm dead. Somebody's dead. It is a beautiful scenery. I mean, bam.
There were chemical stains on the tarmac, the leak of air conditioning, brake fluid and petrol. He kept sniffing at his fingers as he sat by the roadside, waiting as if he couldn't quite understand or recognize their smell. He said he'd been traveling back from a sales conference in Exeter. He'd stopped for farewell drinks earlier, but had kept a careful eye on his intake. You could hear the sirens above the idling traffic. From here, I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
Come here, Sophie. Come on, go lay down. Get your butt out of my face. On a sudden, a light from heaven shone around him, and he fell to the ground. I'm dead, aren't I? I mean, what else could this be? I'm dead. So what is this? This a man's journey to self-awareness of death or something, or moving on, as they would say? Now that's a creepy rest in peace. Anywho. Okay, what's next? I don't know how you outshine the beautiful caves. I'm sure you'll try.
When Paul keeled over dead on the road to Damascus, they resuscitated him by hitting him in the chest with stones gathered by the roadside. He was lifeless for 21 minutes, certainly long enough for the oxygen levels in his brain to have decreased and caused hallucinations and delusions of transcendence. I'm running out of painkillers, and the moon has become almost unbearably bright.
Alright, enough with the Catholic
I've
chorus,
begun my
jeez.
voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I need to read it from over here. And he was proceeding on his journey. My journey. Now I know for certain I'm dead and I am on a Some kind of life trail.
If only Donnelly had experienced this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
Making my way up the hill. Making my way downtown, walking fast, just like that. Okay.
There are headlights reflected in these retinas. Too long in the tunnels of my island without a bottom. The sea creatures have risen to the surface, but the gulls are not here to carry them back to their nests. I've become fixed, open and staring, an eye turned on itself. I've become an infected leg whose tracking lines form a perfect map of the junctions of the M5. I will take the exit at mid-thigh and plummet to my Esther.
I mean, it's a bit slow, but still keeping me intrigued. Okie dokie. This is going to be a short game. Then I have to find something else to play. This is... Ooh, buddy. I can't read that. I guess I should have been looking over.
He was not drunk, Esther. He was not drunk at all. He had not drunk with Donnelly or spat Jakobsen back at the sea. He had not careered across the lost shores and terminal beaches of this nascent archipelago. He did not intend his bonnet to be crumpled like a spent tissue by the impact. His windscreen was not star-studded all over like a map of the heavens. His paintwork etched with circuit diagrams, strange fish to call the gulls away. The phosphorescence of the skid marks lighting the M5 all the way from Exeter to Damascus.
Starting to get biblical.
We will leave twin vapor trails in the air, white lines etched into these rocks. Dear Esther, I have burnt my belongings, my books, this death certificate. Mine will be written all across this island. Who was Jakobsen? Who remembers him? Donnelly has written of him, but who was Donnelly? Who remembers him? I have painted, carved, hewn, scored into this space all that I could draw from him. There will be another to these shores to remember me. I will rise from the ocean like an island without bottom, come together like a stone, become an aerial, a beacon, that they will not forget you. We have always been drawn here. One day the gulls will return and nest in our bones and our history. I will look to my left and see Esther Donnelly flying beside me. I will look to my right and see Paul Jakobsen flying beside me. They will leave white lines carved into the air to reach the mainland, where help will be sent.
No. It's a freaking bird. Oh my gosh, it was a bird.
Come back.
It was literally an hour. An hour. That's it. That was an hour? There should have been more. Did I just finish it too fast? Like, was there more? What? Huh? I'm not, I don't understand. That was it? It was just an hour. Huh. Okay. Well, I mean, it was a little bit depressing. Okay. Okay. Well then. Thanks for joining me for this riveting story. I don't know what else to say. Huh. The park. I should probably go check that out. The park. Huh. Well, that was fun. I feel like that wasn't everything in the game. Like, hold up. Stop it. Stop it, the headset. Huh. That was it. Huh. Do I feel a little disappointed? A little bit. I thought this was gonna be a longer tale, like something with puzzles maybe, not just scenery. This was gonna be different than it was, or I read the wrong description. Good music, you know, if you just want to not do anything else. Yeah. I'm gonna try to find another game for tonight, because that was, sorry, my headset. It's not my headset. I swear it's not. If you want to get blazed and play a game, this might be it. Yeah, I mean, if you want to get high and go into the caves, yeah, that'd be a great idea. I don't get high while playing video games, though, because I say stupid shit. It's not okay. But thank you for joining me. I'm gonna find another game to stream, because that was short. But, here's a nice short little movie for you, I guess. I don't know. Thanks for joining me, Gray. For everybody else, thank you so much. Please go to my YouTube for definitely more riveting videos. The whole Fable collection, for one. So yeah, please check out my YouTube for funner videos, definitely. Please don't hesitate to hit that button. Subscribe, follow, and I love your faces. I love your faces. Good night. For now, until I find another game.